Why would you want to kill yourself?
Maybe I like the idea of choosing when I die instead of having somebody else choose for me.
If someone offered you a good job, would you be interested?
What kind of job are you talking about?
We need someone to help us with our hunts out in the wilderness.
Are you sure about this one?
Oh, I'm sure.
Has he got courage?
Gentlemen, I would like you to meet our new hunting guide, Mason.
Here's a toast to the hunters and a prayer for the hunted. The hunt begins now.
Let your game begin! Just let me get the door for you. Go.
We're not really gonna hunt him, are we?
He's nothing. He's less than nothing.
Come on, Mason!
I won't take any part in this.
I want you!
If you make it to civilization, you live. If you don't, maybe God will have mercy. I think he's gone back to the cabin.
None of them has ever done that before.
Mr. Mason!
What's that smell?
Everybody out of the cabin!
I like my meat rare.
Try well done, bitch.
Jack Mason knows he's going to die someday.
Damn, I wish I'd never started smoking.
But today, he's not in the mood.
This is where it gets interesting.
Never underestimate
Come on, Mason!
a man who has nothing to lose. Rutger Hauer, Charles Dutton, Gary Busey, F. Murray Abraham, William McNamara, and Ice-T. Surviving the Game.
Bang!
Directed by Ernest Dickerson.
Perfect.
It's time to go back, way back to a podcast we never recorded for ourselves. But this is a podcast that we're doing for ourselves now. Hi, I'm Dwayne of 3 Black Geeks, and we are going all to the forests of Oregon, where there's nothing out there but the wild and...
My bad, D. Continue, please.
Mr. Sue had to take a pee real quick, and then
No, I didn't.
Hold on, don't start over. Don't do nothing.
First of all, let me explain. Y'all two knuckleheads chill out. First of all, let me explain that I am number one recording this in the basement. Number two, the pipes are all around and I have no escape.
First off, you could have just hyped it up and said you were in the dungeon of 3BG where we threw you at.
That's not what's making me laugh, Harris. What's making me laugh is as soon as you said, I just heard this cascade of water, and I just couldn't. I don't know why. I just started laughing.
You know what it reminded me of?
Technically we are out in the wilderness.
Well, the only thing out here is nothing but the wild and your wits. And guess what? It'd be perfect to play a game out here. DJ Sue, Chris, I'd like to introduce you to Bummy McBum. Yes, I know that's a fucked up name that I gave this person. But guess what? We're going to take him out there. We're going to wash him up. Have a big, good old meal that night. Hey, we'll drink. We'll have a couple stories. And then we'll kill him in the morning. How fucked up is white people? That's the question that we're going into this.
First, hold on. Before we even go into this, we're going to have a meal. We're going to get to know each other. And then at some point into getting to know each other, one of us is going to jump like 20 pages in the script and just immediately say that we're going to kill them.
That's Chris. Yeah, man, well, go ahead.
I just can't imagine that this is the same guy. That's...
Oh, you're McGinley. Yes, Chris, you're McGinley. You are automatically McGinley.
I can't grow the racist mustache though. I can't be
Yes,
McGinley.
you can. I don't want to hear I can't from you, Chris.
No. Look, I tried in the military. It didn't look right. Nope. Not doing that. This just.
All right, I got a question. So did you? I'm just guessing. I don't know how your mustache look, my nigga. But did it come out cool daddy thin, or did it come out you're a pervert thin? Which one?
Pervert thin until I had the goatee. That's why I grew the goatee.
Yeah, kill that shit.
I was like, I did it one day. I was like, nope, not today, because it's like
some niggas get away with that shit.
I'll be honest
the baby can get away with that shit. You nah.
My dad can get away with it because he can grow that. It's thick and stuff, so it's like it's fine. Me, nope, not today.
It's like could have been worse. It could have really been worse. Like Chris, you could have came out looking like a late '80s light skin thin mustache.
Well, like it was Shalimar and shit. That shit.
No, that good old DeBarge.
DeBarge.
Look, man, I need that long Jerry curl hair in order to get that. With me,
Chris Olding, stay with me.
I mean, look, I got glasses on, so by default, I can't have that in a thin mustache because that really hits it off on the pervert. Nope, nah.
No, you can do it, Chris. You can do it. Thin mustache. Give us a little wig. When we go out to the next con. Here's like everybody, DeBarge. You just come out, don't go.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, he is so sexy. He was like, yeah, so try to give you number. Nigga, you got a deep voice. You just ruined the whole thing.
Now, here's what's wild. I find it wild that Ernest Dickerson, you come off this huge hit of a movie, Juice, and you go from this black-ass movie to the most white-ass movie with two token black dudes with Ice-T and Charles Dutton. That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, hold on. First of all, that's not crazy. That's called flexing your talent.
That is true.
But you know what it's also called, Chris? It's called, look, man, these crackers only gonna give me so much, man.
Because the crazy part is, he's done more cinematography work than anything else and stuff, but he's done the directing. Like the stuff that he's directed, I mean, he's had some misses, like Never Die Alone. I mean, we won't talk about that movie, but you know, he's had good.
Was that
DMX?
Was that DMX?
That was DMX.
That wasn't a bad movie. It was just
forgettable.
Oh man, very forgettable. I don't think it was it wasn't badly acted. The plot was manageable. It's just you forget it.
You want to know what? You want to know Never Die Alone had? Both Never Die Alone and Drive suffered from the same kind of ending that you just did not like.
Yeah.
What Drive?
Yeah.
What? Hold up. The Nighthawk Drive, like that one? Gosling?
No.
Gosling Drive?
Yeah, Gosling. Yeah, Ryan Gosling.
I actually like the ending, even though it was kind of open-ended.
I ain't like the ending. I know what he's talking about. Like the ending, while, yeah, I'm fine with it. I think the ending is the reason why a lot of people don't mention it enough. And I think it does go to leaving you leaving a motherfucking theater and liking the ending. There is something to go with that, man.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's it.
But it's crazy too because it's like he pivots from that and he did a lot of TV shows. He's actually doing one of my favorite shows right now, Bosch, on Amazon Prime. He's done a good chunk of episodes. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Bosch is actually really good. He's done like a shit ton of episodes for that show. And he also did a couple of episodes for Walking Dead.
I know he did The Wire because I remember that's how I knew who he was when I saw him. Like it was like, you know, HBO do like a behind the scenes episode or whatever. And I saw him and I remember that's when Wikipedia was very new.
He did a bunch of episodes for season 5, I think.
Yeah, I hopped on Wikipedia and I looked him up and I was like, yo, this motherfucker did everything. And just ironically, I probably said, oh shit, Surviving the Game. I remember that movie. So, but he's one of the black directors a lot of people don't mention.
Yeah,
period, man. He's done great work.
But you're right, but Sue is right though. It is one of those, these crackers ain't gonna give me another chance. Let me go ahead and keep this party going, cause like
exactly, motherfucker. And what really does it, you can really see because he did a lot of work on Dexter.
Yep.
He He did a lot of work on Dexter too. So it ain't like this motherfucker was sitting down not doing nothing at all, man.
I mean, and this is one of those movies that it's funny to me that we say this because the premise is very simple. It's Ice-T running away with a bunch of white people and the token black guy played by Charles Dutton, Rock. And it's crazy to me because I forget that these are the type of movies that popped in the theaters versus if it came out now, it'd be like direct to DVD kind of fair.
Look, I'll be honest with you. It looked like this could have been straight to video too, man.
I don't know, with the names they had, it's like...
Even though it did went to theaters, even though it went there, this could have easily went straight to video, man.
It is one of those movies.
Yeah.
Like even as I was watching, I said, this looks like, God, this could totally be on Showtime at like 3 p.m.
Exactly.
I mean, and for as low budget as it was and stuff, I mean, I'm not surprised that it made back its money and stuff, especially when you got like a fucking opening weekend where you got to face off against 4 Weddings and a Funeral, D2 Mighty Ducks, Major League 2, Naked Gun 33 and the Third, White Fang 2. Yes, Walt Disney did a sequel to White Fang. Serial Mom, and fucking Cops and Robertsons. Yeah, that.
Wow, yeah. That was weak.
Oh, and Schindler's List, which was like under number 10, but still, I mean, come on.
People, old white people are like, this really happened. It's worse than slavery. I mean, yeah. Go ahead, white folk.
Yeah, so it's like the fact that it made the money that it made on a busy weekend like that, it's like, oh, it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
It didn't do that bad. But here's the funny thing. This still looks like, it still reeks of a movie that only came out in only a few theaters. I bet it was under 1,000 theaters it came out under. But it looks like one of those movies.
Probably. I mean, when you have your cast, which is Rutger Hauer, Ice-T, Charles Dutton, fucking F. Murray Abraham, John C. McGinley, and Gary Busey, I mean,
And seeing how it was the 90s, the only people that was known there was I'm going to give Dutton enough, Busey, and Rutger Hauer. But here's the funny thing about Rutger Hauer. I think Rutger Hauer, as much as people loved him, and also R.I.P. to him. Yeah. He left us early this year. But as much as everybody knew who he was and know what he was about, he wasn't drawing in a lot of eyes.
I mean, let's just say, I would say this. Rutger Hauer, great actor. I think when he did Blade Runner, that's where everybody's like, hey, that's the guy from Blade Runner, and that's how he's just got every acting gig. Even though he's a great actor. Don't get it twisted, because I think the same year that this movie came out, I think Buffy the Vampire came out that same year, or was it the year before?
I don't know. I can't even tell you on that one.
It might have been the year before, but yeah, either which way, it's like, oh, it's Rutger Hauer. I know that guy.
I will say this, though. The one movie that kind of flexed a lot of his acting talent is a movie that a lot of people won't say bullshit, and that is Blind Fury.
Yes.
Yes. I'm not bullshitting you.
Don't let the VHS cover throw you off, people. He's actually pretty good.
Don't let it. Yes, it's silly, but there's a lot of seriousness to it and a lot of heart to that movie. And Rutger Hauer does it correctly all throughout. You like it. You will find yourself smiling right towards where, the climax come. He got to start, fucking Yojimbo and the fuck out of everybody. And whatever.
I mean, it's just the fact that he just kept working, because no bullshit, before we start on the movie, I laughed my ass off at the fact that he starred in a movie that was a mock thriller from Death Proof, Hobo with a Shotgun. I was like, bro. Oh yeah, Hobo with a Shotgun.
Hobo with a Shotgun is that came out during that time where. And these movies are out everywhere now, and the shock of it all is low. But remember, this is during the time where a lot of filmmakers were like, put more blood in it. Put more of that in it. Yeah, that's just fucked up. Put that in the movie. That was during that time of the 2000s where a lot of those directors were doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the pulp bullshit that they used to do in the 70s, a lot of the just over the top action of the 80s, they were just slamming them to these movies like that. And Hobo with a Shotgun was one of the better ones.
I have to, like I said, you know, the movie, The Grindhouse might not have been a great movie together. It was long as fuck. But I have to give Quentin and Rob this much. They was just like, hey, something spurred out of that movie that made that whole genre get like a huge resurgence and shit.
Well, I'm mad the Thanksgiving trailer that really was real. I'm mad Thanksgiving was.
I really wish it was.
That should have been one Thanksgiving. just hearing this fake Thanksgiving after you see somebody get killed had me dying. I thought that was going to be real, but no, it wasn't. I think, and see, that's what I'm saying. A lot of those movies, those Grindhouse movies that they were trying to make, they still have a place, but it's weird to make a Grindhouse movie nowadays. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a little bit harder because everybody wants to be that thing. But you got the right people to do it. That was Quentin Tarantino and Rodriguez. They fucking grew up on that shit. They beat their dick to that shit. You know what I mean?
And to me,
of course they want to make something good out of that.
I had this epiphany about surviving the game. I think the reason why you can't mimic a movie like this is that a lot of movies make the mistake of making the leading person like the greatest action hero ever instead of making the person have to earn. Like, there's a reason why that fucking sequel to what was that Jean-Claude Van Damme movie?
Which one?
That he was getting chased and fucking Oatmeal Dude was in it.
Oh, sorry, Oatmeal Dude. Brimley.
Yeah, Brimley.
You're talking Hard Target.
The problem that when they did the sequel Hard Target 2 with our boy, that was a ninja, and made him the leading role, is like, yo, he's like too fucking good. Like, I don't believe that he's going to struggle against these people trying to hunt him. And what made Surviving the Game great is that Ice-T plays this hobo, and Ice-T is not a person that comes to mind as an action hero, and it just worked.
You know what? I will say Hollywood tried. He tried.
Oh, no. Hey, look. Hey, New Jack City, they tried, but it's like Ice-T comes...
they tried. Hollywood tried. Let's make this motherfucker action star. Nope.
But he comes off perfect in this movie. It's just that every man that's just trying to get just to survive another day, like just trying to get over another day. It's like, yeah, it works. I mean, even when he fights, it's like, yeah, that's how I would fight. I'll be out of breath, punching somebody, and maybe I might run away.
Well, let's just start this movie and let's go on right into it. This movie takes place in the cold, big, desolate city of friendly Seattle.
White Seattle. Where?
White Seattle. Don't say that. Don't say that. Here's the funny thing. I know there's a black I know there's a black neighborhoods in Seattle and shit like that. I do. I just don't know how black, so forgive us.
I've been to Seattle one time. Trust me, when they say there's not that many black people up there, oh, they're not lying. There's barely any black people in Seattle.
You and my dad. You and my dad. I told this thing to my pops when he went up there not too long ago. You can't judge on that. He's like, why the fuck I can't? Like, nigga, you from DC. You can't. Like, all blackness is going to be way different than them. That's like when Chinese people come to DC. We're like, yeah, this is Chinatown, and they instantly laugh at us. Same thing. Same.
Oh no. See, I'm not that person who'll take blackness away. Oh, there's black people there. It's just not in the abundance that I'm thinking in my head that it should be, kind of thing. You know that.
Like, you know, I hate when black people hear like, oh, this is the black side of town. They think it's supposed to either be, you know, Wakanda or fucking downtown Atlanta or something. You know, see what I mean?
Trust me. I had neighbors in my apartment in California that said we're in the hood. I'm like, where? We're across the street from the fucking police station. This ain't the hood, dude. Trust me.
Where is it? Show me.
Show me. I can walk outside my house at 9 at night and won't get mugged. We're not in the hood, dude.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. If you can show me a toilet that's not working,
exactly. Now I like how this movie juxtaposed Ice-T's dog Mason. That's his name, Jack Mason.
Mingo. Sorry. His dog's name is Mingo. Which, by the way, CJ, I know both of you guys got dogs and everything, but I'm just going to say this as I watch the movie. Watching the dog just up and decide to run as they were showing the same chase of a hapless individual.
Oh, I was going to say, go into that, actually.
Hold on. Before you do, showing how they were just trying to show the parallels of the two of them put together, I'm like this. It's like the dog just said, well, I know where this movie's going. Time for me to just make this exit stage left.
First off, I could already tell that wasn't really a black-owned dog, because even our dog isn't stupid enough to run across the street when a car is coming. Let's just put that out there right now.
I wouldn't even say that's a black-owned dog. That was a dog that was like, it's been real, Mason, but let's just be real. You ain't fed me in days. Look, believe it or not, I got a tapeworm working through me. I'm just going to speed myself out. Okay?
There's only so many bones I can eat, sir.
Hold on, no, this is even worse.
Only so many times I can watch you jerk off in front of me for me to...
Hold up, here's AD. It's even worse. This movie was released in '94, right?
Yep.
This is the dog that didn't vote for Bush. That didn't vote for Clinton.
I can't do it, man. Why? I can't do it. Why? You know how many? you know that motherfucker signed that bill to put us all to sleep. That's right. They don't want to tell y'all that shit. Don't believe that shit. He just jumped in front of the first Peterbilt he fucking sees.
But I'm rolling on the fact that they juxtaposed the dog being killed to them hunting a random white hobo, and I'm like, what's the parallel? Okay, I guess it's a parallel here. And then boom, surviving the game title.
There is one, Harris. Chris, there is one. I'm not telling you what it is because I'm smart. Ha!
And I just like the dog gets hit, the guy gets hit with the fucking damn arrow, and then boom, surviving the game. Which, by the way, that front cover of the DVD is a goddamn lie because Gary Busey didn't have no goddamn AK-47. It's a bullshit.
That's very true. That is very true. I love that about movies that throw out the total BS covers. This is right up there with Meltdown and Contract Killer.
It's not even a lie because, number one, Gary Busey would never use an AK-47. Come on, let's just be real about this.
Oh, yeah. Now, hold on. He won't use an AK-47, but he'll definitely use a makeshift fire extinguisher to take out a predator.
Exactly. So, it's logic and stuff. But also, yeah. But anyway, so the dog hits and then boom, we cut. So Mason is a homeless dude who is hanging out with his old wise man named Hank. He's another homeless guy. And basically they've been, as homeless people in Seattle for the longest time. Mason, we find out he's been trying to commit suicide, essentially, and stuff, because, we find out that he had something to do with his family, which we'll hit later. But they're going through the trash, and I laugh, because as they're going through the trash, and they're complaining, like, man, ain't no food, and Hank's all like, this is bullshit and stuff, I laugh, because Mason immediately says, oh shit, I got a gun. And I'm like, you don't really sound that excited that you found a gun there, dog.
Look, Chris, I will not have you sit here and tell me that Ice-T is a weak actor. He is not a weak actor that doesn't know how to project some of his feelings. And all of his line reads kind of sound funny and sound like they had to do it twice. I will not let you sit here and say that about him, okay?
But
is he the weakest actor in this movie? Kinda.
But he works.
But I didn't say that he was, all right? And if you suggest to throw any more hate at Ice-T, I suggest you take this line for Ice-T. Next motherfucker say shit about me.
Get motherfucking shot. Please believe that.
Please believe that.
Now, I will say this, though, is that I feel Ice-T is like Dennis Leary in a way, because once he gets into a shtick, you can't stop him. And that's what Ice-T...
I don't know about that.
Ice-T tends to back into his Ice-T shtick, because once he starts, like, doing shit like when they finally get to the meat factory to get food, and fucking Mr. Black Aviator Shades, because he don't like homeless people to the extent that he will punch the shit out of a fucking old white guy, a homeless dude. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, why? What was the point of that?
Don't even call the cops. I'm going to punch this guy.
You already know what the point of that was. First of all, that is the same black man who's been a henchman in God knows how many movies in the 90s.
Also, he looks like he hates. Also, it looks like he hates young black guys. I don't know why. He just looks like he does.
I mean, come on. You already know for a fact. First of all, you already know for a fact, as the dude was dark skin, aviator shades. Oh, Ice-T, light skin. Oh, it's on sight.
But he punched the shit out of the old man. I was like, yo, he punched the shit out of the old man. So you think you better than me
because you got a white man and you got yellow skin, and they don't have to judge you and call you a nigga? Is that why you think you better than me? Huh?
Did you love how Ice-T went into Ice-T rant mode? Like, yo, what, man? We'll take the stick. You shoved up your ass. I'm like, okay, so Ice-T, you just ranting right now. Is there a script for the scene? All right, cool. I guess you're ranting.
All right, I disagree with all that, Chris, because Ice-T doesn't rant. Ice-T. Look, Ice-T is struggling to read the script. Why do you think he's going off?
You act like he's Mayweather.
I understand exactly where Chris is coming from. See, here's what he was doing, CJ. He was acting out his feelings for having to change the album Cop Killer.
True.
Wait a minute, but he's the one that changed it, though, wasn't he?
Let's be real. He was kind of forced.
Yeah.
His hand was forced.
Label pretty much had a gun to his head.
I don't know about that one. I don't know. Look, all right. I'll agree with you on this one, Eris, but later on, there's a story I heard about that where he actually did it and it had nothing to do with the label, but whatever.
But you know what? Maybe I'm mistaking it on the aspect of it because I think with Ice-T, it's hard for me, like when what fucked me up is when he's on not NCIS, Law and Order SVU, right? It's like when he's talking, it's like, and that's Ice-T. You have to just kind of take it for what it is. I just laugh at when it gets serious, like, so what's this Gamergate? What's Gamergate about? And I'm like, okay, Ice-T, are you rapping right now or are you acting?
All right.
It throws me off.
I know what you're talking about, Chris, and I will not have you slander Detective Tutuola's fucking speech pattern ever on that fucking show because I actually care for that show.
I care for the show too.
Oh my God, you had to mention that one episode?
It's the first thing that popped in my head.
I say this, and trust me, all the Law and Order SVU fans about to agree with me. You choose that one, my nigga. Do you know how many episodes a season we get where there's an awkward line read for that nigga? And the one you chose was the one that everybody was bitching about. Okay, cool.
No, see, I ain't bitching about it. It's funny. That's just
we get that type of shit from him at least twice a fucking season.
I think in this movie, and it didn't bother me because it's just like it's just certain certain actors you expect that out of them. But Ice-T is like, all right, I have to remember that's kind of how he was.
All right, now I think what you're saying is what me and Eris call the common effect, meaning that you can't go for 2 seconds without thinking that a Kanye beat is about to kick it out of nowhere.
Yep.
That is very true.
Yo.
That is very true. Like every time you see Ice-T getting ready to deliver a line, or whenever he has to listen to somebody talk, I'm like, yo, this man is staring in colors.
I know. So here's the thing, Chris. There is something else though that I have to help bring to light with Ice-T's acting. It's 3 things and this is something that took him time to develop because the actor that he is now is way different than he was when he did Survivor the Game in New Jack City. But there are some things that stuck with Ice-T. They are, you can only get so much drama out of him. Then there's, you're only going to get so much of, I guess, what you call quality acting, I guess, out of him. But then there's one thing you can always count for, and that's just Ice-T being Ice-T. And that slips out every season of SVU also. Because just say, for instance, there's a whole bunch of hookers in the precinct. Like, yeah, I'm talking to 5 of them. Hey, girl, get your ass back here. I'm talking to one right now.
Just comes out of him.
You get shit like this from him where he looking like, girl, you need to get about the street and get somebody like me. I want to get with somebody. Yeah, NYPD, turn around. It's like when it's not Detective Tutuola and it's not Tracy trying to read lines, it's pure, unadulterated. Hi, I'm Ice-T and I'm fucking a bitch named Coco who's white. Ice-T.
I mean, but I did laugh at the whole thing because he scares the shit out of the security guard. And I'm like, all right, so you guys gonna hop the fence and get some more meat? I mean, they literally got a fucking rack of meat just off the fucking thing. So y'all gonna just pull up a truck? Y'all gonna steal a truck? I mean, you could steal a truck. You could.
I mean, look, man. It's all about surviving, bruh.
Yeah, but they get there
one movie.
And he's cooking it and stuff, and everybody's like, "Oh, Mister, thanks for giving us this."
Here's your boy. Hey, oh, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you celebrating with everybody else? You need to stop feeling sorry for yourself. Hey, man, you don't even know what I went through, man. Yes, that's Ice-T.
Oh, yeah, we also mentioned that.
Nah. Dude, you gotta do it a lot. You gotta do it more smooth than that. It's, yo, man, you don't know nothing about me.
Yeah, you gotta emphasize that end. Nothing.
Thank you. And you gotta kind of flex at the end when you say nothing. Like you about to hit somebody.
Oh yeah,
right.
We also failed to mention that we had a wild Charles Dutton watching him rant against Ice-T rant to the security guard because he's like scouting them and stuff. So there's that. But also the next morning, Hank dies.
I mean, it's so sad. And it's just so almost like, of course the old man
The dog dies the previous day, and then Hank dies.
The dog died.
The dog
then
died.
The mentor dies.
Here's the timeline, folks. The dog dies at the top of the morning. They grieve. Top of the morning, he dies. They're grieving and stuff. And then that night, they get them eating food. Everything's good. The next day, Hank dies. I'm like, wow, that's a double whammy for your ass right there. Jesus.
I mean, first of all, can we say that this man by far had probably one of the worst bad days ever?
And then,
I mean,
and hold on. And second, Hank, what did you die of?
Easy, Eris, he died of scriptorosis. Scriptorosis is when it says in the script you're supposed to die and you just do it anyway.
They didn't even give us any sort of hint, I mean,
no
hint. Can we get a hint of Hank coughing and we find out he got lung cancer and he can't,
he got a consumption or something. You know what? Fuck it. You could have told me he died of ultra herpes. At least we would have known.
Yeah, because you know what? Then again, because you know what's also too, I like that the movie, they throw in some social stuff, but not really social stuff, if that makes any sense. It's like, you were trying to talk about the homeless, but not really.
Hey, Chris, save that for the 80s and 2010s.
True.
This is the 90s. Give us gratuitous shots of people getting shot and titty. This is the goddamn 90s.
So I want people to understand this. This is day 2. We're going to go count the days in this movie. This is all in the span of a week. 2. This is day 2. So day 2, day 2, top of the morning, his boy dies. At this point, he's depressed. He's about ready to kill himself. He walks past Charles Dutton, passing out food to the homeless, and Charles Dutton is walking, telling his boy, "Hey, can you watch these, people giving food out?" I'm gonna, he's basically following Ice-T, and Ice-T's about ready.
No way, hey CJ, he asked him, "Hey man, you don't want a free meal?" There's no such thing.
It's free. And before Ice-T can get hit by a Mack truck driven by Bison, Charles Dutton ends up tackling him out the way. And he's like, "What's wrong with you, boy? Don't you got something to live?" And I'm like, oh, boy, here it goes.
I can give you something to go. I can give you somewhere to make you feel good about yourself, to get up and move. Just take this number. You need me. I'm here for you. So he's trying too hard. He's trying.
He's overselling the shit out of it.
No. Hold on. Hey, check this out, y'all. He didn't just oversell it. I would have said this, being the fourth wall breaker. I'm like, hey, yo, check this out, man. You know the last time that you did something like that, 2 teenagers got murdered.
Wow.
Anyway, so
hold on. Oh, wait. I would like for anyone who's listening to this, if you hit us up on Twitter and know what movie I just referenced, please hit us up.
All right.
So, I'll give you a tip. The movie's not that good. It ain't that bad either.
Well, that describes a lot of 90s movies, D. So there you go.
No, actually, what I just did, I described probably each and every Charles S. Dutton movie he has ever been in. Oh, it ain't good. Ain't the worst thing either.
Don't stop. Put that. Sorry.
Oh, he made that face twice. The best one he did was when they was eating. He was like, he had some tea, and the look like some coffee or something, and the look on his face, I was like, right there, don't stop, pop that, don't stop.
So day 2, folks, he gets saved by Charles Dutton and immediately goes to see freaking Rutger Hauer, who plays Burns. He's a businessman. He runs like a hunting store. So he's asking them questions like how many packs a day, cigarettes do you smoke and all that stuff, right? And Burns initially it was like, nah, man, I ain't gonna take you. And then that's when Mason is like, well, hold on, though. I can still do it. What's that? That's one of those running things, right? I can run on this thing.
I love how he did that. That's one of them running things.
So Burns has him run on this treadmill for 30 minutes, and he'll give him $20. Which
a whole hour. A whole ass hour.
I thought it was 30 minutes.
Nope. Whole ass hour.
So he's running on it.
No, D. It was 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was 30
he said,
minutes.
look. He's like, I'll give you 30.
It was an hour. All right, got me on that one.
He said, look. Look, man. He's like, for $20, I'll run all. He said, what was it? He said, for $20, all the way. No, he said, for $20, I'll run all the way to Alaska.
Yep. Now, again, to show how true to life it is and stuff like that, he smokes a lot. Oh, he starts chugging out like a fucking person that smokes. I've been around plenty of people that like join basic training, and you can tell they smoke when they have us like doing our first initial like 1.5 mile run. Fucking done, tapped out. And
I tell you what's more. You know why?
I know what went through his mind though as he was running. Now I see what Pookie went through.
Oh right.
I know, right? It's either that or it's like, no, actually, we all doing it wrong. I swear to God, if I get off this fucking treadmill and I don't get a job or at least $2, I'm going to fuck him up.
I mean, he gives him, I think...
I'm killing this cracker right here.
Now, part of me thinks he gave more than $20 and stuff, or maybe I just don't know anything. But, like, he gives him $20... and was like, hey, where can I contact you? He says, the best hotel in town. And he basically goes to a hole-in-the-wall hotel. And I gotta be honest with you, I like the guy at the front of the hotel was like, boy, where you get this money from? You robbed somebody?
No, it was more snappy than that. Because he was there like, yeah, I told him, yeah, you going around there on the corner, right? And then he, boy, what you coming in here? Who you from?
It's like, oh, come on, man.
It was food.
But I like how...
Right, because the second he saw that buddy went on there, it's like, oh, you? Nigga, who you robbed?
No, bro, I like how Mason was just like, man, just give me a room for good TV this time. Boy, you think you in the, what is it? You think you in the Madison or something? You in a hotel?
He's like, no, oh, you must want the presidential suite.
Oh, man. And then the most niggerish hotel does the most niggerish thing in the world. Hey! And when you get up there, you need to wash your ass before you get in them sheets.
Which to me, I'm like, so you don't really change sheets, do you? All right.
Hey, Chris, look at me. It's $10 to get in there. Shut up.
Now, hold on. Like, Chris, you really gonna ask that question?
Oh, no.
No, hold on. No, wait. Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish. You really gonna ask that question, knowing that Ice-T just walked into that spot and reserved a room with change? Because did you not see the bag of goodies?
He got cheap whiskey, a sandwich. And some and some razors. That's about it.
Yeah.
He went and got all of that. And was still had enough change to rent a room
for $10. He got the sandwich and the bourbon, and they had $10 left. Yeah. And yeah,
90s money had to been good.
And here's the funny thing. Here's the real sick part about that. Those hotels, if they were still around today in all the cities across the country, there'll be a whole hell of a lot of homeless people, man.
Ooh, yes,
I really mean it. You can only find those hotels in like select. You can find it in New York. You can find it in San Francisco. There's like one in DC, but they only like let in like Mormons or some bullshit. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean
you can find places like that. But if they had places like that, and I'm just being real, because it's just straight up with the homeless. All they really want is a bed and a shower. That's what a lot. That's all they really want. Just so I can lay down, go to sleep, and wash my ass. If I can do those two things, that will make everything better. And that's Oh, pretty much. You saw what he did. Just give me this, that. Give me a TV, nigga. I'm straight. I'm fine. That's all he wanted.
Hey, shout outs to the room though. They put emphasis on the fact that room had a fucking towel and a bar of soap and all that stuff. I was like, oh, y'all really just hyper focused on that. All right, cool.
Hey, no, nigga, no, you got no. It's the presidential suite. See, in a regular room, all you get is a TV and a blanket. I ain't say a bed. I said a blanket.
now,
a TV with only one channel that works.
And it better be a channel you like.
It's like PBS or some shit.
It's like I gotta sit my ass in the tub and watch Mr. Rogers. God damn it.
I don't know. Mr. Rogers won't be that bad.
Yeah, I know.
The problem is when Charlie Rose get on and you really don't give a fuck about the political shit.
Nah, more like Nova.
Nova, oh man, Carl Sagan get on, you're like, I don't give a fuck, Sagan. No, you just imagine the whole Ice-T in the tub. See, man, Carl Sagan tripping. You mean tell me there's a universe inside of another universe? Man, get the fuck out of here.
So Mason, he's in the tub.
How's there a universe? So yes, a universe inside my shit? Man, come on. That can't be science.
So Mason is getting in the tub and he puts on some jazz music and stuff. And
that's how you do.
And kind of taking in the aspect of him killing himself, I did kind of like how they spent that like few seconds of him looking at that razor blade. Like, is he contemplating slitting his wrist in the tub? Like, you know, like, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting twist.
Whatever it was, he did it. He started cutting off the ends of his dreadlocks.
Yeah, and also they
usually in this case, because he's poor, yeah, you kind of want to do that because that's going to be the dirtiest part of your lock you're in. So yeah,
and also we cut to
call quits for that part.
Also, we cut to the fact that he has burn marks on his back.
Yeah, and they didn't, and they show that when he lay down on the bed, when you get this shot of his back, and all you see it's clear burn marks on the lower portion of his back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they do keep it on there lingering enough for the whole audience to see that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good, man. And the person, but he wakes up, you hear like a knock on his door. Man, paid up until noontime. And then you hear Rutger Hauer being all awoke and white.
Well, I have this job for you if you still want it.
So I thought you wanted a job.
So he comes in there.
I hate when white guys talk like that. It's like, nigga, wait, all right, shit, man. Don't be bring it in, bro. I'm grateful. Don't be slave mastering my ass, nigga.
Hey, look, man. Look. If you told me Rutger Hauer is that fucking condescending white guy that's like, these niggers, they gotta be taught how to learn, all right?
Nah, he don't say nothing like niggers on that. He calls, hey, Chris, he looks you dead in your eye, and these are the white guys I want to punch so bad. He looks you in your eye, doesn't call you boy, nigga, coon, none of that. He says, come on, homeboy.
I had one guy in the military say that, and I was annoyed. And he was like, "But you don't like homeboy?" I'm like, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but just
like no, it's CJ. No, it's CJ. CJ's like, you know, you're about a good, like, you know, you're one more homeboy away from just getting a punch in the mouth. It was
more like it was in my smart ass condescending way. I'm not your homeboy, and he's like, "Ooh, you don't like being called homeboy?" I'm like, "What the fuck you think? Like, come on, like you really gonna say that?"
I had a white dude my age call me. He's like, "Yeah, homeboy, hey, yeah, homie." Like, "Hey, yo, bro, I'm not your homie."
Bring it in.
He was like, "Come on, like, what's so wrong about that?" I had, you know, I like all my friends. It was like the 3 white people I was there with. Outside of these 3 white people I'm with, all my friends are black. Ain't none of them niggas call me homie, homeboy, home slice once in my entire fucking life. You're not about to get that privilege. All right, sorry, man. Damn, sorry. Look, white people, if we call you Opie off the break, you have all the right to call us homie, home slice, bruh, all that bullshit. You are open to it.
First off, bruh is reserved for California folks. I know firsthand because that's when they. Bruh is when they want to fight, and I seen that shit when 2 white people about to fight, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. It's just nothing but shoving.
It's like on the style part. Well, you step up, bruh.
oh, see, people think the TV shows are lying. Oh, those TV shows are right. Seeing 2 white dudes fight is literally a shoving match, and it turns into them kind of sort of wrestling. and then the white chick, the girlfriend of one of them, tries to interfere, like, oh my God, just stop fighting. And yeah, it's true to form.
White guys don't fight to me. They just walk in circles with their shirt off, insulting each other. Look, and I know there's a lot of fights of these black dudes getting on there. They can't fight worth shit. They're missing and all that. At least they're fighting.
Now drunk white guys, that's entertaining.
Oh, that's entertainment, man. Because drunk white guys fight like a Dragon Ball fight. You want to know why? Because it starts off with one guy is always fucked up. He's not moving at all. You got one white guy that's just talking shit. Come on, you try to go. You try to get. Let me fuck you, Dan. And it does that and that happens for like 5 straight minutes. And then all of a sudden, the one that's not moving steps into it, and all of a sudden, Chris, you might as well turn on the music. Ba 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 down. It turns to a Dragon Ball battle. It's just nothing but a bunch of missed kicks, punches, and everything. And finally, Chris, somebody gets a spinning heel kick from drunk Jeff Goldblum.
Also, low key, drunk white guys get more powerful if they don't have a shirt on.
I don't think so. I think they lose. I think they lose HP off the break when he takes off this motherfucker.
Wait, D. I was about to say, D, your mic was covered for a second.
Oh no, but I'm just saying, I think white boys lose fucking HP when they're fucking
It's like minus 40 agility. It's
like stuff like their agility and dexterity improves, but your defense and your hit points just go down.
So it's like, but Burns rolls in there and he does again the most whitest shit ever. Yeah, I got some clothes for you. Mason would do what I do. How the fuck you know my size? Well, this is just what I do.
That's what I do. Nah, nigga, how the fuck you know my size? This is an important plot point. I think the audience wants
How do you know I wear a size 34, 36 length, sir? This is bullshit.
You want to know how he was able to know? Number one, the script told him. Number two, he was able to size him up as he was running for a literal half hour.
Yeah, he was like, he looks like a 13. He looks like an 18. Yeah, let's give him that.
It's like a XL on the shirt. Maybe I go double XL on the vest, just to be sure. Now, size 11 shoe? All right, cool. We're good.
Now let's give him about 11. Actually, let's give him a 10.5 because guys with 11.5 can fit those a little bit. These are actually spacious shoes. They're made more for a wide foot. He obviously doesn't have one, so you can break it down just a little bit. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about here. Now, let's talk about makeup. Now, makeup is a very important thing.
So he gives him the clothes. And he basically tells them, hey, I'm going to pay you $500 a week. I'll give you $250 right now up front and see how you do when we get to the woods. And Mason's like, all right. So he gets dressed and stuff. And Mason, what's Rock's character? What's Charles Dutton's character? Oh, Cole. They're on the plane. And basically they fly to Canada, basically. They fly.
Wait a minute, they flew to Canada. Yeah, I thought they was, no, because he said they was going on, they was crossing over the Oregon border.
Okay, so maybe they are in the Oregon. So maybe it is Oregon.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard the Oregon border. So
okay, I thought it was Canada or something personally and stuff. I mean, either which way.
I really thought it would be Canada too. Look at all that fucking wilderness, but then again, fucking Oregon.
I mean, I've driven through Oregon and Seattle, so you're probably right because Oregon is nothing but fucking woods. So it's not even a joke. So I believe it.
What woods and nice white people who don't want black people to move there?
Look, if I had a job in fucking Oregon, I
I'm just saying. How I would deal with it, man. Hey, look, Chris, listen to me. To the 2 black people in Oregon that are listening to 3 Black Geeks, don't get mad at me. Get mad at your fucking state and get mad at your white girlfriend for lying to you.
There's one guy that I know that. Well, I think he's moving to California though now. He had a job in Oregon. Way he was saying it, dating scene in Portland, Oregon, especially for a black man, is garbage.
I bet it is. Because it kills me. Oregon is what you call pure white people because they're the white people that are like, hey, we believe in all this. We're democratic. We're this, we're that. Yeah, we want gay rights. We want rights for all the minorities. Yeah. The new person coming to the neighborhood, they're the Gonzalez family. Ooh, how Gonzalez are they?
Look, I've seen an Oregon's Ducks football game. It's about white.
No. Look at the fucking Beavers. If you ever look at an Oregon State game, ain't them butt crackers up there, bro. Only black people you see is on the field, man. At least Oregon, there's that one black girl that's actually from like San Diego. I mean, like Sacramento.
It's like, hey, I would go home on the weekend. Fuck it, But it's like, yeah. It's...
You can tell the black kids that actually go to that school, but not in Oregon State. I look, Oregon State. The only people that graduated out of Oregon State were the football players and Michelle Obama's brother. That's like the only niggas that ever came out of that school, man.
But like, I love how the fact like Mason, like, and maybe this is kind of
look. I give Mason this for a nigga that's in the middle of a plane that was just on the ground yesterday. He's taking it all in pretty well.
Yeah. So this is day 3. He's flying now. Maybe this is setting up for something because of something that happens near the end of the movie and stuff. But he's kind of looking outside, and maybe this is him kind of figuring out where they're at and stuff. Him plotting, where they're at and stuff. Maybe that's foreshadowing a little bit. But like they're flying and stuff, and they land. They got a pig in there, which we find out that the pig is basically them killing it for food, obviously, and stuff.
They were all like, and I love how
that was the best. No, that was the line I actually liked. So wait, like, y'all mean to tell me we coming out here, you gonna hunt a pig or something? I'm like, no, we ain't gonna hunt. I'm like, no, we're not hunting him. He's a special guest. So then we're introduced. Hold on. Then we're introduced to. Oh God. Yeah. Then we're introduced to the other. I guess you can call him the. Sorry. We're introduced to the world's greatest character select screen.
Yeah, I'm about to say, man. You was gonna say something. I was like, what you mean, crazy people?
No, we're introduced to our character select screen of a Mega Man where you choose your own boss. Like which robot master do I go after first? And I'm trying to remember. I think was it F. Murray Abraham that was like, so is everybody here? Everybody here brought you appetizers, and he breaks out the fake Rambo machete.
No, it was actually the first.
Was that him?
No, the first person that came down was Gary Busey. He plays Doc, and he's doing the talking and stuff. And that's when we get McGinley and Abraham and his son that they land at the same time and stuff. And that's when it was Doc that sat there and said, "Anybody ready to do that?" And he busts out the knife, and he's the one that kills the pig.
Now, believe it or not, when you see these cast of characters, they all come off pretty normal. Gary Busey's a doctor. Shut the fuck up. F. Murray Abraham is playing a man that you say, I'm sorry, why are you in this movie again?
William McNamara plays his son, who is the moral compass, but you can tell he's gonna die. Don't know how, but he's gonna die.
Yeah, I give it up for him I give it up for him for playing a kid between 17 and probably 19, but having a voice of a 14-year-old.
But here's my thing too. My thing is,
having a voice of a 14-year-old and looking like a 27-year-old.
Yeah,
I have no idea how old this
thing was this. At what point did F. Murray Abraham think that bringing a kid along, hunting a black man, was going to be the smartest idea? Because I'm going to be real with this. Any kid, unless the kid is indoctrinated to being a racist from jump as a young kid, there is no kid that's going to be game for hunting another human being. I'm sorry. You're
first of all, CJ, he's not indoctrinated to even be racist. This is on a whole other level.
I'm not even saying racist, just killing somebody.
Let me finish. Hold on, let me finish. This is on a whole other level of rich whiteness, where someone who is literally poor is less than nothing.
But I don't know even some kid that's rich would be like, we're hunting a human?
I'm sorry. Whoa. Chris, you said you can't believe a kid who is rich that can just fall into that?
Chris, don't look, man. Don't sell yourself short. They exist.
I'm sorry, Chris. If you never knew who Donald Trump's sons were and you saw a picture of them, you would say, oh, they go at night and kill poor people. You would say that.
No, it'd be more like, oh, these clearly... No. Here's where my line is. I'd be like, oh, he's clearly the guy that bankroll bum fights. All right, cool.
How is that any different, Christopher?
They're fighting, but they're not killing.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway,
That's the rich. That is the rich people moral compass. I'm not my dad. I don't kill people, but I will make these bums fight each other. That's the line. That's the moral compass.
First off, F. Murray Abraham's son was just going up there to kill a turkey. He didn't know he was going to kill himself a full nigga.
But Dad,
he was not.
You kill a black man.
I mean,
it wasn't even
I
able to kill a black man.
I thought it was great that that he was setting something up when he said, "Now, son, I want you to tell me, where did this feather come from?"
Turkey. I'm sorry, I know I'm jumping ahead, but that has to be the most hard. Can you imagine? Let's say if F. Murray Abraham and his son survived. I know I'm spoiling the shit out of that, right? Can you imagine the quiet drive home? Like, you don't tell this to your mom at all. Don't say shit.
I mean, what do you want to come out of that conversation? Hey, Dad. No, for real. What did he think? Hey, Dad, you know what? It wasn't until I saw that black man on the ground screaming for his life that he put my head and I said, you know what? This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. To feel truly alive. No, I'm saying that, and we just we're still dealing with the death of a really tragic death of a brother getting killed.
Yeah.
Just by dogging.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a father-son duo. Now, yes, evil lives everywhere, but clearly, one person in this situation was. You know what it was? This is what happens when. Hey, I'm taking my son on a trip. Yeah, we're going on hunting. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Derek? Yeah. Hey, Derek, I got a question. What's going on under your mind? You thinking of that cheerleader? No, I'm not. You're thinking about that boy again, aren't you? I told you. We're out here. You're going to be a man after this. You hear me?
That's really what it was, because
that's probably why he was out there.
Even at
You're not gay, son. I don't have no gay children.
Because even at one point, because I'll give the son credit, though, he was like, look, I don't know how this shit's going to pan out. All I know is this. We get back, the shit ain't going to be the same. We're talking about, all right, cool. All right, fine. That makes sense.
But look, but besides all that, we get your boy, everybody's favorite storyteller, Gary Busey, talking about how his dad took him out.
Oh.
He had to kill him for the first time.
Stop for a second before you continue that. John C. McGinley for a second. He plays Griffin.
Yes, John C. McGinley. Now, the reason why I say this is Christopher is because, number one, Chris has watched more episodes of Scrubs than me and Eris. Number two, John C. McGinley is clearly Chris's doppelganger. You know, Chris stopped giving a shit, and I don't know, he got a divorce once or twice. Then it will be Chris. But, but third of all, I think if we actually had a script down to do this, Chris will look at all the shit he had to do and say, yeah, I just want to do McGinley.
Because McGinley, he plays the white guy that clearly has preconceived notions about black people, clearly. Right?
I don't even, I want to say it wasn't even black people, but it clearly is.
Yeah.
It's clearly, no, you know what he was? He was your boy. He was a Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
He was a Liam Neeson.
It's like I almost killed a black guy to the streets.
And he had that look. And when you look how he went out, he had that fucking, oh my God, I'm a racist. Oh my God, I actually did that.
Wow.
And it's kind of funny. And when you look at his character is really like that. Somebody killed his wife, right? His wife
kidnapped his daughter.
Yeah, some crazy black dude and killed his daughter. So yeah, the first thing he thinks is fuck them niggas.
And he spoils the fucking movie by literally asking them, so what happened to your wife and daughter? They're dead. Did you kill them? He's like, who did it? I did. You son of a bitch! I'll fucking kill you. I'm like, yo, dude, you're spoiling the movie on film.
I like that.
It's like I said, guys. He jumps 20 pages in the script and just gave it away.
You save it for tomorrow. I'm gonna kill him. I'm like, what? What are you doing?
And here's the funny thing. Even with that, I think it still did give away what really was going to go down because it sounded so throwaway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you think about it. And here's the funny thing, though, but it is kind of deep that The only reason why he's out there is to get revenge. And the second he gets a chance or even feels that he should be, the second all of it gets real to him, it's like, the fuck am I doing? And I think it is deep. People happen to folk, man.
D, I got to stop you there. First of all, you say that, but I got to stop you for a hot second. He knew what the game was.
Yeah.
Because my thing was this. Why say I'm going to kill you tomorrow?
Yep.
Why don't you do it now?
You look, Eric. You gotta look. He has to save his. Look, man.
No. Forget that. Why build? Why do all this unnecessary tension building? You want to kill him? Do it now. Why wait? Why wait till the morning? Because to me, in the defense of McGinley, in his defense, it was more so, man, screw this game. I want to kill him right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was like if he would have did it, if he would have done him in his sleep, there would have been a movie, number one. Yeah. But that's what I thought he would have did. He would have tried to drag that nigga out in the middle of the night and try to fuck him up somehow. You know what I mean? Yeah. Something like that.
Without a doubt, because I can already see the conversation. McGinley, he would come back, it'd be all bloodied up and stuff, and Dutton making the rape face because it's a man covered in blood.
So now they have to actually hunt actual animals.
Hold on. No. Let me finish. McGinley looking back at everybody else, knowing that he's going to have to give a full explanation as to why he just completely ruined the game. Friggin' F. Murray Abraham is thinking to himself, well, I was going to, I was told that I was going to kill a black man. I was going to bring my son just so he can literally become a man because I was going to let him do it.
What?
And
it's fun. What?
And hold on. And wow, I'm actually I could have won myself $3,000 because I wanted my son to draw first blood. Oh well, better luck. Better luck next time. Then we have Rutger Hauer. What happened, McGinley? Why? You just couldn't wait, could you? McGinley. Hey, look, man. We have some problems, all right? Go through it next month.
All hard. Look, he's breathing all hard, trying to rub the blood off of his glasses, but it won't go nowhere.
No. It's even better. He doesn't have his glasses anymore. He just
has the fucking inhaler, just like, because also Griffin is actually asthmatic, so he has an inhaler that he uses and stuff in the movie too. So yeah, it's that whole thing is just man.
Yo, but then you got Gary Busey over there talking about when I was a kid, I used to have this dog. I used to chuck M80s and cherry bombs at him, get him real mad. And every time he would see me, he'd just growl, just snarl at me. And finally one day, my dad got the dog and told me, hey, son, today's when you become a man. Today is when you look inside of his eyes and see the fear that's on that, fear in front of that man's face. So we kept on throwing, so my dad let the dog loose. I kept throwing them 80s at him. And then the dog came for me. And then it came over here. And he basically wrestled the dog to the ground and snapped his neck. And as a nigga who, I'll be honest with you, a dog dies, no big whoop. As a guy like that, here's me. The fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Ice-T asked the best question ever after that. So, do your clients know this story?
No,
oh, yeah.
Just you.
He's like, no, just you.
Let me tell you something. It's just so amazing. They say I'm a psychologist. Yes, I am a psychologist. I actually graduated out of Rice University back in 1979. Then I went back to Howard University. That's right. I went to Howard University. I respect HBCUs. I actually came out there with a degree in psychology. I became a doctor actually back at Rice University. It's a long story. My ex-wife had something to do with it. But...
No, but here's the kicker, too. I like at the table when they're eating as well. They're drinking the wine, and F. Murray Abraham is like, yeah, it better be good wine. It's $4.50 a bottle. And I like how Ice-T was like, I mean, Mason was like, oh, $4.50? Man, I could drink this shit every day. $450. Oh, I'm like, yeah. I mean, I mean, look, I'm not a wine connoisseur, but you paying $450 for a bottle of wine.
Look, here's the thing, Chris. I think I will never understand. I will never truly understand excess until I get to that point. You know what I mean? Because when I look at 2 Chainz do that thing, the most expensive shit, you know, most expensive shit. When I see some of that stuff, it's like, yo, you're only gonna have that for like 8 seconds. Why are you paying $20,000 for it? You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, I will never understand it. Until you really get to that point where you're making millions of dollars, you're never going to know the incredibly shallow spending habits that motherfuckers have.
I mean, but like, even after he tells that story and stuff, right? And, you know, Burns takes him up to the bedroom and saying, yeah, you know, just rest up and be ready in the morning. And Mason is really at that point where he's like, I guess I did it, man. I guess,
No, CJ, hold on, let me get this. Hey, look, man, I just want to take this time to thank you, you know, for giving me this job. Rutger Hauer, stone face. I'll explain the job in the morning.
Right there. Eugene Wilder. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lordy Lou. No. Oh, dearie dear. Yo. You know what? It's never good when you say some shit like that and the person answers back in that type of fashion like, you don't know what the job is yet, motherfucker.
Now, here's what makes it great. D said this perfectly. This scene coming up is probably like solid cinematography work because the gun that Charles Dutton puts to Ice-T's face in that whisper, priceless.
Yeah. That whole scene was so disorienting. And it was just so disorienting. Him getting out there, all you hearing is yelling. And the only person that's not yelling is Every Abraham's son is like, type of white man shit is going on down here. Yo, and then here's McGinley coming in the corner of the fucking camera. You make me sick.
Only thing missing was him literally saying, the only thing missing was McGinley.
I'm like, man, he was fighting back the urge to spit on him.
Only thing missing was him saying, go back to Africa, boy. That's the only thing that was missing.
That was the only thing, like, yeah, go back to your city with your rap music and your baggy pants.
And your
like,
hip-hop.
You're a hibbity hop. No, it's hibbity hop. But, so you get out there, and here go your boy Burns. All right. So, this is the rules.
We're going to give you time as we eat our nice leisurely breakfast and give you a head start, and then we'll chase after you.
Now, because we're fair people, you make it back to civilization, you're good. You won the game. If not,
yeah.
Well,
you hope God has mercy on you.
I just got one question, Mason. Have you ever seen Futurama? That's 2 on the nose. Never mind. Get going. Just run, boy.
Here's my thing. What I laugh is that out of everybody, Doc has such a hard-on to go after fucking Mason that he eats his food.
I like how these motherfuckers are chilling out having real talk. The bomb-ass breakfast.
Reading the Wall Street Journal. And again, Doc is the only one who was like, come on, man, let's fight out. I'm like, so Doc must have ate his breakfast real quick.
No, Doc was more like, nah, man, nah. I said, I know there's something special about this one. I say we got to go after him now.
And now, Doc.
Oh, and here's your boy's Burns. Shh. Don't you see this baller-ass breakfast that nigga, we got cantaloupe. The fuck? We got fruit and meat, nigga.
We got waffles.
You don't sit your ass down.
We got waffles. It's crazy.
Hey, how that coffee? Here's Charles Dutton. Some of the best coffee I ever had in my life. Yeah, I know. Hey, Derek, young man, how you like everything right here? Are we actually going to kill him? Shut the fuck up. How's the breakfast?
Bro,
throughout
the whole movie,
hold on. When he asked that question, are we actually going to kill him, right? Here's Rutger Hauer. So are we going to have a problem?
Oh, that's when you knew the kid was dead. When he says that. When Rutger Hauer says that, it's like, ooh, yeah, you might You got issues there, sir.
McGinley the whole time at breakfast. Hey guys, you know what? I feel so great today. I listened to this. Look, I feel so great today, and I told myself, I need something to motivate me. So I listened to Shaka Khan. Yeah, Shaka Khan. Look, hold on. Yeah. Shaka Khan was part of the Black Panther movement. Fuck her and fuck her music. So I'm ready to kill me a black person.
Here's the kicker. Here's how McGinley. Here's how you show he's so enthused. He looks at Derek's plate. He's like, "Yeah, you gonna finish some eggs, son? All right, cool. I'll take them eggs." I'm like, "God damn,
That's a nigga who ready."
It's like, I need all this goddamn energy right here.
Look, I'm surprised that McGinley. You having a bomb breakfast, and y'all ever did this. If you not only you got your bacon, eggs, and waffles and all the rest of that mess, you did have the nerve to have a bowl of cereal. That was what McGinley was on, yeah. He was ready.
So now see at this
point, had his Wheaties. Look, motherfucker has Wheaties with a rack of sugar in them.
Now my thing is this. So Mason has been running the woods for quite a while, and I was sitting back like. He had to have gotten a good distance with them. Now, granted, they have ATVs and bikes. I get that, right? But I'm sitting back like, he should have made it a good distance to where he'd be able to do something.
Well, you know what? I was thinking the same thing, too. But what really crossed my mind was two things. How dense is that forest? And it's fucking dense as shit.
Yeah.
But number two, would it be one of those things where, and I don't know how any of y'all ever ventured out into the forest. I have a lot of times in my life with my cousins and that. When you go north, or you think you're going north, it's a weird way that you end up going either a circle or you serpentine and you go pretty much nowhere. You don't gain no type of traction.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like even though you're making traction, you're really not going nowhere because, again, like I said, it matters how dense that fucking forest is. And you in the middle of Oregon wilderness? Holy shit, I don't think he was going nowhere. And it did bother me too, though, looking at it. But it also looked like when they caught up with him, he was going downhill, so they knew exactly where he was going.
Yeah, so Mason, at this point, he's hearing the ATVs. McGinley is the only one that sees him initially and stuff. And he shoots at him and stuff, and they're looking at him like, dude, what the fuck you shooting at? That's not him. Because at first they see deers, and it's just McGinley that sees him. So they're thinking, all right.
McGinley saw that deer like, I see him. Whoa!
Gotta use the inhaler, obviously.
Yo, shout out to their walkie-talkies with the mics on them. At that time, that shit looked fresh as a motherfucker, man. So I know there's like nothing to get Bluetooth like that, but back then to get those type of earpieces, nigga, those are expensive.
So I want people to understand this. This is day 4. This is day 4.
Day 4.
Day 4. So they're chasing them and stuff, and McGinley's the only one that sees them and stuff. Griffin sees them, shoots at him and stuff, and that's when Doc was like, dude, what the fuck you shooting at? He's like, oh, I saw him over here and stuff. So they're hunting them and stuff, but Mason gets smart idea. Hold up. What if I circle back to the camp and maybe I can find something to get the fuck out of here? So he circles back, and by the time he gets back to the cabin, that's when Mason and Cole are like, Burns and Cole are like, hold up. I think he circled back to the thing. Nobody's ever done that.
It was kind of funny because Doc just knew it. I know he is. I can smell him in the air. She is really easy to scent. The scent of a light-skinned black man is very noticeable. It usually is like sweat. You know, you smell the sweat, and usually it has a perfumey smell to it. The best way is like this. If black people's blood could squeak, that's how light-skinned people are.
See there. See, I told you there was something special about this one.
Told you something special about him because he's exposing colorism as it is. If you really think about it, think how hard it is for a yellow man like him to go through life. It ain't as hard as it is for the dark fellow right here. My name is not important right now, nigga.
Let me tell you something. Charles Dutton felt like he really thought that he was the Negro whisperer because he's like, I told you. Every time he looked Cole looking at Burns, like, see, I told you he was special. I told you that boy was special.
You know what? Ernest Dickerson did that on purpose to me. I know he did that on purpose. It was he probably noticed that, hey, Ice is yellow, he's dark skinned. and Charles is doing a whole lot of Uncle Tom shit, I guaranteed he was like, hey yo, Chuck, come here real quick, bro. Yeah, man, turn it up. Turn what on? All that Uncle Tom shit. Oh, you want me to look like an all the way asshole? Yeah. All right, ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. I think people look. Here's the funny thing. I think people, like I always said, people over, and I don't mean as the show itself, but I feel that people overemphasize how good Rocky is because they never watched it as children or whatever have you, or they didn't enjoy it when they had the chance. Mm-hmm. And I really feel like a lot of it is just fake love for a show you never cared for. Mm-hmm. That's one thing. But at the same time, he is that convincing of an actor where everybody's like, yo, Rock is important. I'm like, so y'all just totally forgot how this nigga just fucks over every black person in every movie he has ever fucking been in. Have y'all ever noticed that? None of you?
He did help out Denzel and Mississippi Masala, though.
What movie?
Mississippi Masala.
I never seen it. I can't help.
Oh, you never seen that? Yeah. No, hold on, no. Actually, no. Before he did Surviving the Game, he was the inspirational teacher in Menace to Society.
See, that don't count either. See, that don't count. See, it don't count when there are no white people around.
So that kind of eliminated. Well, no. Distinguished Gentleman. He was the black senator that was helping out Eddie.
Yeah, he was there. He was helping out. I remember he was. Didn't he do like some shit where it's a part of the game type bullshit?
Basically it was kind of like, hey, dude, you gotta play the game, but not lose your morals, kind of thing. Basically.
Yeah, I think it was something like that in there. I remember that. But yeah, no, Charles Dutton, he does have him and Michael Beach have a fucking nigga. We got data on y'all, man. Y'all screwed us over.
Oh, he did that again. Yo, real talk though, Gothica. Oh yeah, he fucked over Halle Berry. Real talk.
My god, you fucked her over in that one. I forgot about that one. What was the other movie? It was another movie he did, I think, before that, where he kind of fucked over somebody. Whatever. Anyway, it is kind of funny to see Charles Dutton in this role where this is like really early in the line of him being the Uncle Tom character in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest and stuff like that, for a career where he went from helping the white lady, helping out Sigourney Weaver in Alien 3, it's like, yeah, he heel turned. It needed it.
He did. I will say this. He did, Alien 3. When are we ever going to... Look, I only want us to go into the Alien saga just so we can just do Prometheus.
Yes. Yes.
I only want to do the Alien saga just so we can do Prometheus. And what's the other movie? The movie that came up after? Covenant. Alien Covenant. Oh, God, Covenant was so bad. I loved it.
But anyway, so again... Cole is sitting there like, oh man, see, I told you he's special. And they're all like, yeah, let's get back. So Mason is in the log cabin and he's like, hold up, let me check out this room that was locked. Gets Brother Rock, breaks the fucking lock, opens the door. Oh shit, homeless heads
homeless heads everywhere, all the jars. And you see one that was
when I saw this, I said, ha! The governor's room.
Yep.
Yo, and I was telling myself, oh my God, they got one for you. See, Mason, your own Mason jar, butt up chink, boo. I hate it too.
But also too, I think this is one of those movies where we look at Cole and be like, it be your own peoples.
You be your own peoples. But they gotta say this, and we said this and I remember actually this being said when we did this podcast years ago with Mo. I don't know if it was you, one of us, I don't know who said it, but somebody said an awful lot of Chinese guys in there.
I know, right? They really had a thing for Chinese. It's like, man, we really got to get this diversity going with these heads.
You know that's what happened. Charles, you know that's what Charles done. When are we going to get the brothers in here?
Fucking Mason, fucking damn Griffin looking at him like, look, I told you we'll get a Negro, then we'll get a Negro, all right? Jesus.
Look, if we get if we get here's Gary Busey. I don't know about us getting the blacks. You gotta understand, the nigger race is very clever. Sorry, the nigger race is very clever.
Fucking Cole looking at him like, oh, God damn it.
I want you to say that one more time. Look, say that one more time. Race.
Speaking of fucking Gary Busey, guess what? Mason gets white teeth fucking charging at his ass out of a fucking door.
I love this. I love this because Mason just comes at that motherfucker. They just fight talking mad shit to this nigga the whole time. Finally, he kicks his motherfucker back in the house, close the door. Mason comes not Mason. Busey, Doc knocks out the door, come balling out that fire. You don't see nothing but teeth and him racing directly at the fucking camera scope.
Got a question.
He ran directly at the scope of the camera, man.
Got a
That was
question
an
for you.
incredible shot.
Got a question for y'all. What was whiter, his teeth or the shine off of that knife?
Bruh.
Bitch, nigga, how dare you? How dare you? Them teethus.
I mean, them teeth were like...
Yo, I remember the Three Black Geeks first started, and the one of the first memes we wanted to be a meme that we never could make a meme was the fact that it was Gary Busey right before he died in Predator 2, and Chris said, "I like how he's wearing a shiny suit, and yet his teeth are shinier than his suit."
Yep. But G also found a picture.
I remember I said, yo, somebody get this man a deal with Colgate.
I mean,
really, man. Colgate makes your pearly white sheever whiter.
Bruh,
Let me tell you something about white. Alaska, nothing but Eskimo bitches everywhere. Let me tell you something. It's amazing because I went there during the summer. Now, I know a lot of people say the summertime is beautiful up there. It's terrible up there. It actually gets colder and there's more penguins coming out. Yes, there are penguins in Alaska. Look it up.
I need people to understand something. There's a picture. If you type in Gary Busey surviving the game, it's literally that scene of him busting out the door and no bullshit. It's literally, you see the blood on his face, but them teeth, them pearly whites are staring right at your ass.
Gary Busey is still one of the anomalies in Hollywood to me of how did you even get acting work? But when you really look at Gary Busey as an actor, he's not bad, actually. He's not. I think his over-the-topness and his teeth is really what did him in as becoming a pariah more than actually somebody...
Because we did Point Break, it's like, I forgot. I was like, oh shit, Gary Busey is in Point Break. God damn, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just, he's just able to play, like you said, those little over-the-top things. Because even when you look at something like Rookie of the Year, where he has to kind of basically play the straight man in that movie, he's actually not bad of an actor when you ask him to actually dial it down. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
No. Play the straight man? No. CJ, you mean play that one baseball player who should have retired 5 years ago.
Basically.
Because Gary Busey in that movie looked like a nigga that was like 47. It's like, nigga, you have like one pitch, and that's like a fastball. And that goes like 8.
Fair
Sit
enough,
down.
though. I mean, it is fair to the movie. That's basically what his character was anyway. So it's like, all right, cool. That works. I mean, you know, but the funny thing is, too, but then you turn around and you find out that he was in DC Cab, and it's like, oh, you're just playing. They just let you go nuts in that movie, didn't they? Yep.
Man, I feel that Gary Busey. I feel like Gary Busey gets all the attention for all the wrong things. Sort of like how I think, even though I think they mean well, how Iron Sheik's fans are. They only like him when he's drunk, and I think that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all only fuck with him because he gets drunk and he says stupid things about Hulk Hogan, and you think it's funny when somebody that has that accent say that shit. Fuck y'all.
But let me ask you this, though.
I feel that they got that same thing with Gary Busey, except it don't cross into racism, but it cross into mental health, because Gary Busey is legit, you know, touched.
Oh, them tweets, I couldn't tell he was touched, D. Come on now.
I can't tell either. The fact that Jake goes, go ahead, man, chill. When people do that.
Because Gary Busey's tweets is like, do you like Trump? And then it's like, oh, he don't really fuck with Trump. But it's like, God damn, I can't tell from your tweets there, Gary.
What it is, what I found out is kind of funny, and I figured it out by hearing Howard Stern not too long ago, is that people that know Trump like him, but it's like, why the fuck are you voting for him?
Exactly.
Like, what is your problem?
What?
Like, it's like, oh, I don't hate Trump. I think he's an idiot, but I don't hate him. I like him. I talked to him not too long ago. The problem is you. Why did you vote for this dumbass nigga? Like, that put this whole thing in different perspective to me of how people perceive Trump. It really did. It truly did. Anyway.
But anyways, they're fighting and stuff. And, you know, Mason throws Griffin into there and says, the best line ever. Extra crispy, bitch.
Now,
well done, bitch.
I was totally
done,
waiting for. Ah! just like Gary Busey coming out engulfed in flames, at least trying to kill
die
him.
on the ground with everybody circling
I'm
around
just saying. Look, we couldn't have gotten a return of Carl from Die Hard with Gary Busey.
Nigga, I was waiting on that. Even though I've seen this movie at least 4 times, I was like, he's gonna come back. I know he's gonna come back.
I mean, the end where he just, like you said, to come out the pile of the burned ashes of the fucking log cabin, and it's like,
So at this point, they're thinking, holy shit, Mason actually went back up here. And they're like, what about Doc? He's gone.
Now, here's the funny thing. The son sees Mason run off into the woods and doesn't say anything. And, you know, Burns, being the smart person, and again, the son kind of threw his tail off that he knew what's up because he was all worried like, oh, Doc's gone? Are we still going to kill him? I'm like, God damn it, you didn't have to say anything because if you didn't say shit, they wouldn't know where he ran off to. But as soon as he said that, Griffin looking at him like, so you know where he went at, huh? And he's like, where does he go? Son doesn't say anything. Grabs his son by the face, peels his eyes back, and basically is like, where'd he go? And that's when his son, again, it's one of those things where clearly the guy's eyes is about to dry out, so he's like, fuck it, and he looks his eyes over to the woods, and he's like, all right, that's where he went. Cool.
Man,
But
look,
that was a flex move, honestly.
Let me tell you something. Male toxicity is a son of a bitch. Let me tell you something. As much as I think men teach it, if we teach like how we not supposed to flex it and do certain shit like that, there are some times where it's like, no, take your scrotums out, nigga, and let the niggas know what time it is.
I believe the phrase you're looking for, D, is toxic masculinity.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gotta talk about
There's
toxic
times where
masculinity.
it's like, yo, jack this nigga up right the fuck now. There's times where it's called for.
I mean, Wolf Senior is really on that level, like, son. Oh no, he was like, no, basically when he jacked his son up, he's like, yeah, Dad, I'm not gonna kill him. Oh really? And then jacks his son up like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill you if you don't kill yourself a black man today. And I'm like, God damn, dude, like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, really, it's like, son, you will become a man. And when you become a man, no, I'm saying it. His son was gay. I'm saying it because in F. Murray Abraham's head, he was telling himself, if my son can just kill something, then I know that he's manly. And then all those feelings he had about the neighbor boy would just go away. Just simply go away. We don't have to talk about it no more.
This is nothing against William McNamara, great actor.
What else has he been in?
He played the fucking serial killer in Copycat. Oh, he looked like a serial killer.
That's a throw it out your ass type movie right there.
Oh yes.
What?
He was a serial.
Random.
Yep. Yeah, he was a serial killer in Copycat. I remember that one. I was like, oh shit! Like, but also,
what else did he do?
He did another movie I watched. You might have seen it too, Aspen Extreme.
I know of it.
Yeah, he was a lead character in that movie. And
wait a minute, I did see it. Aspen Extreme, if I'm mistaken, is a snowboard movie. Holy shit! I think I found it. When did it come out?
93, year before this.
Harris.
Hold on. Wait. Stop. First of all, D, I threw that out there about Extreme Month. Remember?
Hey, Harris, forgive me, but we fucking doing this now.
Yeah, we have to.
Oh my god, I couldn't remember the movie, and for whatever reason, I didn't ask you. I just haven't looked it up yet, man. Oh my god, thank you.
I said it. I said, look, we got to do this one. It's snowboarding, and it's the words extreme.
Yep.
If I'm mistaken, it's every extreme competition. Hey, you're the new kid. Well, guess what? I'm the guy that's been here the whole time. You're a loser. Hi, I'm the timid girl that you're going to be with in the movie. Don't listen to him. He's a jerk. Well, I'm the old sage, and I say you can't ski over there. What? I'll tell you how to do it. Why, old sage? I used to be an Olympic skier.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those movies.
It's pretty much like that, except they're like ski instructors, but it is like a race and stuff, and then it's the old man but it's the same. It's basically the same thing. Yeah, we got to do it because it just oozes extreme shit. I mean, it's just, but like. It's funny because, like you said, it's like it's no disrespect to him. It's like he does look like he could come off like borderline gayish a little bit. Just I don't know.
It's not even disrespect to him. I just think when you literally look at it in the story and how much he was really pulling for his son to kill something.
Yeah.
That's a sign of manhood. That's a sign of you got to become a man. And the thing is, it's not that he's a good kid. It's got to be more than him being a good kid. He has to show me that he's a man. Mm-hmm. And there's a lack of something there. And the only thing I can think of, a boy his age, he's gay? Or his dad... Look, he's gay.
No, can I mention...
And this is the biggest one, his dad thinks he's gay.
Can I mention something? This whole dynamic in surviving the game was referenced again in The Simpsons. When Homer suspected that Bart might be turning gay, he decided to take him hunting.
I remember that. Yep. Same with King of the Hill.
That was one of the...
Yeah, King of the Hill did that too.
Yeah. And like, that's a white man thing to do. Now, black people, we got our own way of doing that shit too. You know what I mean?
Punch me in the chest.
Punch him in the chest. I got that a lot as a kid. But the one, or this magical thing, and again, I don't plan this shit, or this shit that just happened in the news. Lil Boosie getting a grown-ass woman to suck his son's penis. Wow.
Yeah, that's... Just
to say you're a man.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Anyway.
So in this case, like I said, it had to be something there. And the only thing I could think of is like, come on, boy, show me that you're a man. Is that either A, he's really a super stoner, which I doubt it, or, he thinks you're gay.
Yeah, so...
It's that simple. Come on, think 90s, guys. It's that simple.
So with Mason killing Doc, he gains +10 to stealth. Because
yes, he does.
At this point, his stealthness starts coming into play.
Shout out to DJ Sue. Oh my God, nigga. When he brought up this joke about motherfucking Metal Gear, that's really what happened throughout the whole movie. Every time he killed somebody, that went up like 20 or 10%.
He gets stealth and smartness even more because next go around, his next victim is fucking Griffin because he puts some cigarettes into a tree to get everybody off his trail, and he leaps from above and knocks Griffin out. Like, it's a funny ass scene because Griffin looks up and you just see a boot hit him straight up. Boots and dreads. That's basically all you sees. And then boom, he gets knocked out. And I laugh even more.
Look. Shout out to the what was the video game that you played? It was the jump kick jump.
Dive
kick.
Dive kick.
Yeah.
Foot dive.
Yeah, that's for Gilly called a dive kick.
And the funny part is that Burns is like, Griffin, are you there? Griffin, and you hear Griffin like, and I like how Mason just bashes his head at you like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, God damn, dude, this dude's already concussed. Now you concussed him even more.
Can I point out the fact that when he first took out Doc and gained his +20 for stealth, you know the only thing missing? This would have been a nice reference. He would have left a note for for Rutger Hauer and Charles Dutton just to say, now I have a machine gun, original gangster.
Shit's gangster.
Or this happened. Charles S. Dutton. Well, there he is. Doc. You know, they say a man like him only comes once around. Every so often. When he was a boy, he used to play with a dog. Now see this dog.
So I was giving the most noblest of speeches and shit. I'm like, God damn.
No. He goes, no. If Eric's already know what I'm talking about, keep it better again. He went straight Drebin on us.
Went Drebin.
Well,
hold on. One down. 5 more to go.
5 more to go.
I'm mad we're including the son, and the son is like innocent party to all this shit.
Hey, you know what? Look, you know what I love Three Black Geeks? I love Three Black Geeks because we always reference Dragon Ball, Metal Gear, and somehow, some way, Eris gets to mention that Case Closed is still on the fucking air. So that's what you get for Three Black Geeks.
So they get up in the cave, and Mason and Griffin are talking and stuff, and Griffin is basically saying, you know, my daughter, she got kidnapped and the cops told me, you know, she got mutilated. And for all I know, you're the guy that did it. And I like how Mason's first reaction is, man, ain't this about a bitch?
But here's the thing, and I joked about it, but when you really look at it, that's how it is.
I mean,
when you're that mad and you don't know the person that did it, you don't got evidence of, not evidence, but you don't got trace of where he is or how he looks, the first thing that comes in your mind is one of these niggas.
Yeah.
And that's how racism works. And here's the funny thing. He was probably not racist one day in his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not one day in his life has ever crossed his mind to treat another black person differently, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when that happened, it triggered something inside of him.
Oh,
now, was it natural? Was it just society? I think it's society. That's how society is.
Yeah.
When you see a black person on the news, they all look like us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It actually goes deeper than that, D, because I do believe that that McGinley's character is he's that dude from Falling Down, except the cops didn't kill him.
Yep.
He hasn't officially snapped yet.
Yeah.
He's on his way.
Yeah.
He's on
his way.
I mean, and the funny thing is like they have Ice-T finally, you know, Mason finally tells, you know, his story about what happened, and what it was is, you know, he lived in a pretty much a rundown building and stuff, and he was pretty much the
super.
He was just he was a super.
Yeah, he was super. He was a super.
I mean, super.
And he worked as a mechanic, and
as well as a mechanic.
And like his family, they were living in there and stuff, and he kept telling the owner of the building, "Hey, you might want to fix the electrics and stuff because it's a fire hazard. Like this shit's gonna fuck up and stuff." And his wife kept telling him, "Hey, you gotta jump on that." And he's like, you know, one of those kind of like what we always do, like, "Yeah, I'll get to it." And you know, he's coming home from work, and the apartment building is in flames, and boom, family dead.
Yep. And those burns come from him trying to save them, or
I think he was trying to save them, and you know that's what
they saved him. They got him out, but not his family.
And that's that's where the turning point for Griffin is, because Griffin is hearing this like, huh, well that's wow, like damn.
Yeah. What it really was, like I said, I think in that story, for whatever reason, it hit him. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, like damn, this
hit him all at once. Like, this is stupid.
I mean, dude, the fact that he was able to stay there overnight, and he woke up the next morning, Mason's gone, he's left alive, and as soon as they untie him, he gets himself some food, he gets himself some water from the canteen,
like, I'm done,
and he goes, look, then he just looks back and goes, look, I'm done, all right? I got nothing to do with this. You guys, look, I have nothing I can say to stop you. There's nothing.
I'm out.
I'm not going through with it. I'm out.
And that's when that's when Burns is looking at him like, what are you talking about? There's no out of here. And he's like, no, I'm leaving. And he's walking away, and he's like, yeah, if you walk away, I'm gonna shoot you. You gonna shoot me in my back? Probably. And that's when he turns around, I lied. And then Charles Dutton with the rape face pops him in the head. And I'm like, well,
I do believe that when Charles shot him in the head, he came a little bit.
Oh, most definitely. It was more of when he did it was, you know what I saw? First I saw this. Boy, I shot him dead in his head, didn't I, sir? Yes, sir, I did. I got right between the eye. Come on, let's get that nigga.
Yeah, I mean, so
I saw Uncle Tom. I'm sorry.
So
I hate to go that route, but that's what I saw. I shot him good. I shot him good. Did I, Mr. Burns? Yes, for Lord, I shown up did. All right, now, come on now. Let's get on the backs now. Let's get down there.
So
we follow you, Mr. Burns.
So do we get a Drebin monologue for Griffin?
Man, do we get what else?
So with Griffin, this was a man that was deeply misunderstood after the unfortunate death of his daughter. The cries, the waking up in the cold sweat. What does that to a man? 4 left to go.
Oh my God! So
you know he wouldn't give me that story. When he got there, he saw his daughter. She was in pieces. In fact, those pieces was his sanity, all shattered. It would take an old poor man that ain't washed his ass in 2.5 days to let him know that, hey, maybe killing ain't the point. Maybe we can grow. Or maybe me shooting him in the head was the right thing to do. You can't trust a man that knows what's right. You cannot trust a man that knows what's right. We got 4 more. Burns. It's getting interesting.
So at this point, we get Mason. He's talking to him over the thing, talking to him over the radio and stuff because he got Griffin's radio and stuff, and he takes a pot shot on with the shotgun and stuff, and the shotgun fucks up on him and stuff because clearly he's never shot that type of shotgun before and stuff. So
man, that's why I like to call D cheated on GTA San Andreas to get that shotgun.
So at this point and stuff, because at this point, what's his face is also getting pissed off and stuff. Because I think what the fuck did Ice-T say? He said something to Cole, and Cole was like, "You know what, man? I'm gonna kill this motherfucker," or something like that. So they're heading after him.
I think it was something on the lines of him being almost like Uncle Tom ass niggas.
Yeah, and he was like something about you. He's like, "Yeah, I see your mama up here." And he's like, "Man, I'm gonna fucking kill you," and blah 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 and stuff. So all of a sudden they're chasing after him and stuff, and they're shooting after him initially and stuff, and he almost falls off a cliff. He actually jumps into the water. So he's jumping into the water and it's like, well, there's only one way he can get out. So they drive around and they're going alongside the river and stuff. So Mason gets out the river. He sees them coming and he decides, fuck it, I can go back into the river and I will just make it seem as though I went back in the water and went downstream. Little did we know, again, I'm just going to say he technically gets another plus 20 because of Griffin's untimely death.
Yeah.
He gets inside one of the logs and basically stays in there while they walk past him because they thought they follow his footprints in the water. And they're like, oh, he went downstream. All right, bet. All right, cool. And he stays in the log. And it's the funniest shit ever because Sue showed us this in the group chat. And I was like, damn, that is like camouflage like shit because I wouldn't have noticed his ass.
And I like how he had the 99 in the corner. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Yo, because all you see is his dreadlocks. And even then, his dreadlocks are like blending in because they're already brown anyway. Yeah. You know what I mean? So they kind of like blend in. It's already like a dirty, burnt black anyway. So it's like, it just blends in.
Like I said, they blended it. He had his dreads sitting next to a tumbleweed in between a log.
Yep. So
I'm like, genius.
He figures, okay, they walk past me. I can get on one of those ATVs.
Oh, yeah. I meant to say, and I'm sorry, Chris. I'm so sorry. But I meant to say this. That jump into the water was such bullshit.
Like, yeah,
I meant to tell. Look, I can let it go.
Hold, wait.
I'm going to let it go.
Let me ask you. No, I got to ask you guys this legit question. Who had the best BS cliff jump? Mason in surviving the game or or Dutch Schaefer in Predator.
I say Dutch because that shit looked like that was way higher than fucking his. Cause
Yeah, Dutch's was bullshit.
Cause he went down,
Wow.
he slid down on a fucking mud slipping slide, and that shit was high. It looked like they had to cut certain scenes because it looked like that shit was way higher than what the movie made it look like it was.
First,
Yeah, look.
hold on. First of all, if you look at the camera work, and I mentioned this on the Predator podcast. If you look at the camera work, the camera from his point of view made it look like he was about to hit straight up ground, like he was nowhere near the water.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in Mason's case, Mason, he was surrounded by rocks, and the water looked like a puddle from where he was.
Yeah.
And what really got me, it wasn't the fact that he made it. Okay, you made it, fine, you made it. But the space that you would have to hit, no.
Who knew that was the deep part of the fucking of the river going down? Like you hit the deep part of it.
No, and there's still a risk of a jagged rock going right up your asshole, you know?
Or leg, or face.
That's what made it bullshit for me. That wasn't deep enough for nothing to me, man.
I mean, so he gets in there and he figures, okay, I go to the ATV. So he gets the ATV before he drives off. He's like, hold up, I can sit there and make it and like basically Home Alone booby trap this ATV. So when Burns and them figure, oh shit, he must have circled back to the ATV, circled back, he's already driving off and shit. And that's when Burns is about to shoot his ATV. Meanwhile, Cole is like, fuck it, I'm going to come after him. Turns on the ATV. Boom! Fucking got blown the fuck off. And it's the funniest and the best death out of the whole movie.
I loved his dummy. I loved his flaming dummy because the way it flew back was just awesome.
But I also...
Because what makes it so great is that when it flew back, the hat that was on the dummy was still on there.
but Cole, though, he was already like, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill that son of a bitch.
This nigga had no feet.
Actually,
no feet.
No, hold on. No, Cole, hold on. Cole wasn't thinking about nothing. Instead, it was just, we got to bring more pigs. We got to bring more pigs next time. Next time, I got to bring more pigs.
Get the wife.
I need more pigs, man. We can't just do it with just one. One just ain't enough. We need more pigs next time. I'm like, Charles Dutton really wants to bring pigs.
Much like that pork.
He really needs the pigs.
Here's me. Hey, Charles, look at me. I'm afraid all this acting is not going to get you a Soul Train award on this one. That's just not going to happen. I'm sorry, brother. I just really don't think they're going to get you on for this movie.
Winner of the
Maybe
BET.
another movie, but this is not the one. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Winner of the
You can
BET.
act all you want, brother. This is not the one. What I'm trying to tell you.
Winner of the BET Award, 1994, Charles Dutton survived again.
Oh, Lord. Yo, all right. It's like, here's Burns. So do you got another drum one for me? Yeah, I do. I got one for you. All right, do it for me. Ah! 3 more.
So...
he shot him, though.
He
They
looks...
shot him, right?
No,
he
didn't shoot him, dude. He didn't do. Hold on, I got it, dude. What he did was, Rucker Hauer pretty much took both of his index fingers and middle fingers and just drove them directly under his jaw to choke him out.
Oh yeah. That's what I forgot. I don't know what I did. Yeah,
can't waste a bullet on him.
Yeah, he didn't waste a bullet. So he just looked at him, and he looks back at F. Murray Abraham and goes, so, we're in the end game now.
Yeah.
Speaking of, as soon as he says we're in the end game, and yes, it is the end game. But Cole did not see the explosion as it was strapped to that ATV. The only thing that was going through his mind was pigs. He wanted to gut Mason like a pig, and he wanted to have another pig for dinner. But he wouldn't be able to do that. He should have been able to just stay back in in Seattle, and continue to hand out free meals to the homeless. If he'd have done that, he would have still been alive. Two. Are we really down to 2 or 3?
3. Down to 3 more to go.
So 3 left to go. Like 3 more to go. This has gotten even more interesting, Snake.
Because next up, Mason gets to a tree and notices that he can use the tree to get across and stuff. So,
way to waste bullets, nigga.
Bro, he used all them bullets in that shotgun to push that tree down.
How do you empty several clips into a tree?
And I'm gonna be honest with
just
you,
to knock it down?
That tree already looked like it was. That tree already looked like it was dead. You know, I mean,
look. This is what happens when you try to do Looney Tunes shit in a non-Warner Brothers movie. This always happens. like you have to unload the whole clip in the shit. If this is a Warner Brothers movie, a swift kick. That's all it would have took.
The tree already looked like it was dead anyway. That's why I was like, how the fuck you unload?
That's why I'm like, yo, man. I'm like, yo, nigga, if you don't shoulder block the fuck out this damn tree, nigga.
I like how he looked at it. He's like, I got 2 bullets left. Gotta make it count. I'm like, oh, finally the tree goes down. You know,
like, thank God.
I mean, so he goes across and stuff, and he posts up in the tree on the other side and stuff because they're thinking, oh shit, he already got across and he's out there. So he's up in the tree, and that's when Griffin decides, not Griffin, Burns decides, all right, I'm gonna cross it first, followed by Wolf Jr. and then Wolf Sr. And what we end up getting is quite possibly the funniest no ever. That even dwarfs Darth Vader's that we got years later after this. So Mason is throwing rocks at them as they're crossing the log. Makes sense. Hey, might as well take them out.
Yeah, good old asshole shit. That's how you do it.
Yeah, might as well do it. It makes sense. They gotta, get across that log. And I'll be honest with you, as somebody that might be afraid of heights, I'm straddling the fuck out of that log. I ain't crossing the way that sun was crossing. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm straddling that shit. Nope. Mm-mm.
Joe, the way I would have been, look, nigga, y'all would have been like, D, look, man.
Are you fucking the log?
You can't be doing that to a tree, nigga. You can't. I want to live.
I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. I'm with you, CJ. Like, I would have just straddled the log and just kept going. I'm like this. Hey, man, rocks be damned. If I get hit, I don't care. As long as I make it to the other side and I kill him, I'm good.
Gotta be honest with me, man.
Oh, God. What's wrong, Harris? That was a big one.
So
Harris, like, that was a big one.
Good Lord. Good Lord. What did you just, good Lord. Like, what? Like, dude, did you just toss a literal boulder at me?
No, here's the thing.
Oh, yeah, man.
Wolf Jr. catches.
Check out dreaded Chris Redfield over here.
Bruh.
I mean, Wolf man.
Jr. caught he just got grazed by a rock and was like, oh shit, I'm about to fall, Dad, help. I'm like, you just got grazed, dog. Like, what? So he's hanging on there. Wolf Sr. is coming up there, and that's when Wolf Jr. falls to his death, and we get F from Abraham. No.
Here's me. All right. F. Murray Abraham. Now look at me, brother. This is what I told you. This is what I'm going to tell you what I just told Charles Dutton. Not this movie. Stop. Stop. I know you just did Amadeus, nigga. I know that was a bomb-ass role, man. You would be remembered forever for that. Stop. This ain't the movie.
and it's funny, too, because he does that, and he's already
whoa, wait a second. Wait a second. Hold up. Him screaming no. All right. There is quite a few F. Murray Abraham moments in life where I just got to sit back and laugh at it. This and my personal favorite.
Yep.
Next snap.
My personal favorite also is him at the end of Amadeus laughing and being fucking nutty as hell with the Mozart music playing in the background. It was so, I was like, this nigga is gone.
I mean, so it's like that's happening and stuff. And at this point, Wolf Senior and wow, and Burns are the only two left, and Wolf Senior is not having any of Burns' shit.
Yeah, this man is monologuing the fuck out of everything. Now, here's the thing. Now, I got a question. You know what? I'm just saying this as a person that loves my family. The only thing isn't about how do I kill this person? How do I get out of this fucking situation and all that? No. Here's the important part. How do I explain to my wife that my child has died? That was probably terrifying him.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
All right, baby. So check this out. Sit down. Now, first off, I wasn't there.
Now, they decide, all right, we're going to hide for the night because Mason clearly is like, yo, I'm going to hunt both of these two down because clearly, hey, that's what's going to happen. So,
oh, yeah, that's going to definitely happen.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Fucking Burns is going all the way out with the makeup and shit.
Like, oh, no, see, what we're going to do is we're going to wait it out because he wants us bad. F. Murray Abraham. All right. I kill Mason, and then we settle up.
I'm like, high noon? God
Just
damn.
be careful. Hold up. No. As soon as he says we settle up, just be careful what you shoot at.
So, Mason, all of a sudden, he ends up becoming like half Navajo and stuff because at night, all of a sudden, he's part of the spirit of the woods and shit because he's fucking with damn Wolf Senior the whole time, whispering shit. And Wolf Senior is shooting, exhausting all his bullets, shooting into the woods and stuff. Turns around, boom, black man eyes, and just gets fucked up and stuff. It's fucking hilarious and stuff. I was like, all right, he gets fucked up now. He got his neck snapped by Mason, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was one of the weirder neck snaps too.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, like Sue said, it's like, ah! Okay. All right, that was quick.
I mean, and it makes it so funny to me was actually with like when he like leaned against it, it was just so quick and a snap.
Yeah, so at this point, that's when Rutger Hauer is like, fuck this shit. He was bait. I'm going to get on this ATV and bust out of here. So he leaves on the ATV. Mason is following behind him and stuff. They get to the airfield, and he gets to one of the planes.
Oh, wait. He doesn't just get, like, hold up. He doesn't just chase after him. We get Mason doing birds!
Basically, birds! So he gets to the plane, and he's like, hold up, nobody's on the plane. And he's like, ah, shit. And we find out that basically Burns used that as bait because he blows up the plane. Now, Burns makes the mistake that most people do. He doesn't know how to double tap. No, doesn't, because he just thinks the explosion took him out. And I'm like, most people will verify their deaths before they fly off, but okay. So he flies off, and we get the slow motion shot of Mason getting up from the wreckage. So you're like, all right, so how exactly does this movie end now? And we get a next scene, and I appreciate Dee pointing this out. A little bit of a good continuity because Wolf Senior's wife is calling and asked about the whereabouts.
Hold on. Not just that. Hold on, CJ, sorry. Not just that. The fact that 3 whole days passed.
Yeah, so we're on day, so basically a whole week, damn near. A whole week. This whole thing took place over a week.
It's a whole week, yeah. Yeah, been over a full week, yeah. 8 days.
Yeah.
Well, actually, 8 days. Let's go 8 days.
Yeah, we'll go 8 days because it is, yeah. So we go 8 days, right? And she's calling. It's like, yeah, they've gone missing, and I haven't heard from them around. Have you? And then that's it and stuff. And I'm like, damn. So he.
I was interested that his wife had like a British accent or something like that, like a foreign accent, like she could have been Spanish maybe or something like that.
I mean, it fits the bougie rich ass angle and stuff. So.
Oh, No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am. Your husband and son went out Mortal Kombat style in the woods.
Yo, here's the wild part. They didn't even show the son's body. They just saw him fall into the ravine, and that's it. It's like, damn, don't even show the body, huh? Oh, shit.
Nah, man. Look, put it this way. There's a sharp rock that is piercing all of that torso. So.
Because in my head, I'm thinking...
Check this out, y'all. Check this out, y'all. So, the son falls, right? Burns looks back at F. Murray Abraham and says, "Hey, you got the juice now, man."
Spit the juice. I got it. I don't know. I had an Austin Powers moment where the sun hits the ravine. He's like, "I'm still alive, guys. It smells like almonds." It's crazy.
So, like I said, there are dead bodies in the woods. Speaking of which, this has got to be a motherfucking trip. If you're the park ranger that gets to that section of the park, they get out there once every 8 days type of thing. You know what I mean? Doop 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 doop. What the fuck? Yo!
Randall Wolf chewing on Griffin's dead body and shit.
Oh, he was like this. So nobody reported a fire out here? Wow, nobody flew out here? Wow, okay. Oh, shit, I just realized something. I get a raise when this shit happens. Oh, damn. Hey, y'all, come down here. Yeah, nigga, we partying.
So...
Yeah, man. Nigga, there's dead bodies everywhere. Yo, where all these motherfucking hands come from?
All of a sudden, they're like, yo, did he got any money on his body? Check his wallet.
Oh, nigga, current affair gonna be out here, nigga.
Hey, real talk, man. You snag fucking wallet.
Oh, coming out this bitch. I'm about to be on the news, nigga.
Snagging wallets, all fucking dead bodies and shit. Like, hey, they didn't cancel them credit cards, did they? Yeah.
I know, man. Nigga, this is the 90s. You could do that for a good minute.
It's like, Mr. Cole, you didn't pay your bill. Ah, shit, man. I meant to put that check in. All right, bet.
Maxing out cars like a motherfucker. Nobody can find you. You can do that shit. Mine by like 98. That's when it got hard.
Yeah. But, it's funny. So, Burns, meanwhile, decides, all right, I'm going to have to get the fuck out of Seattle. And he has, a fake passport, military uniform and stuff, which... I assume that means he was former military. I'm assuming he was, maybe.
I don't know. I thought the same thing.
The fact that he has several uniforms and several passports.
Okay, so yeah, he knows what he's doing clearly. And what made it funny, he gets to his car, his truck, and it won't start. He's like, huh. So, gets out of the truck, is taking his stuff down the alley, bumps into an old lady because he thinks somebody's following him and stuff. Bumps into the old lady, and she's like, oh, bless your heart, Father. And he's like, oh, thank you. He's like, do you have any change? And he's like, oh, no. And he's walking away, and she called him a fucking asshole and stuff. And Burns looks over and sees the fucking dirt bike, and he's like, ah, shit. That means he's here. So, all of a sudden... he busts out the fucking briefcase that turns into a fucking Arg, whatever and stuff. And all of a sudden, it's shooting in the fucking alley and stuff. And you hear fucking Mason talking and stuff. And I was like, ah, shit, here we go. And
Navajo powers.
Dude, the Navajo powers to get from there. Now, clearly, I'm assuming because he was up in the air and he kind of was looking out the window where he was going at. Maybe that was how he got back into town. But even then, I'm like, you had enough gas in that dirt bike to get back?
You know what?
First of all, for him to go all that way, I mean, number one, he would have to have enough gas on the dirt bike or take any of the ATVs that were left behind. Number two, the fact that he took all that time, he spent 3 days getting back to him and coming up with this elaborate plan of tracking him down. Keep in mind, hold up. Keep in mind that he was still showing up in the tattered clothes from that explosion.
Oh, and he also fucked up Burns'
still bleeding. And
he fucked up Burns' truck too, clearly. But also too, Burns had touched the bike And the way Burns had a look on his face, it looked like Mason just got back into town.
He had to. Look. I'm going to give him that. It took him a day to get out of Oregon. And then it took him almost 2 days to get up to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
That's believable.
Yeah.
On a dirt bike. And I'm pretty sure he stole somebody's wallet before he left that bitch.
And they get into a fight and stuff. And what we end up having is the most ridiculous death ever. So they're fighting and stuff.
Ah!
And Mason has the upper hand. He has the gun, and he decides, I'm not going to shoot Griffin. So he takes the Stag Auger. He ejects the fucking clip, and he does some shit inside the gun and throws it away and stuff. He's like, all right, I'm out. Burns takes the fucking gun.
Sees me.
Immediately puts the clip in.
Single bullet. A single bullet left on the ground.
Yeah, so puts it into the clip, puts it in the gun, and decides, all right, I'm going to take Mason out. And he's like, Burns, there's one thing you should know.
Okay, let me get this part. Let me get this.
All right.
This man fires the gun. No explosion, no nothing. I don't know what that bullet was made out of, but you and anyone else who sees this movie, you will witness Rutger Hauer evaporating upon pulling said trigger.
Always check.
He instantly turns into smoke. False.
Always check.
I'm not kidding.
I'm like, dude, I'm like, look, first of all, that was no mercury bullet. That wasn't Blade hunting down a vampire and you see this dude turn to dust and sparks. There was none of that. This was Ninja Turtles 3 level bad of taking out a bad guy.
Yep.
Well, don't you mean two with Kevin Nash? Nobody should survive that.
No, I'm talking. No, CJ, I'm talking 3. When Walker literally imploded into the water.
When people shut it out of existence. You just
yes. I mean it's just funny because I think when you watch it initially, you're like, okay, that was kind of badass and unexpected. And then as you keep watching, you're like, where's the body? Did the head just... Because at first I thought the head exploded or something. And then I was like...
Okay, I got a question. Was that brought up in the movie any other time? About checking the barrel of the gun?
Yeah, the old man sat there when he said, I got a gun. He was like, what you doing? Don't you know about guns? He's like, first off, when you get a gun, check the barrel to make sure there's nothing inside of it, or else it'll backfire. Foreshadowing.
Okay, yeah.
Super foreshadowing.
Thank you.
So, yeah, there's that. So he basically, the gun backfires, kills him, and he says, always check the barrel, and then the music, down, down, and then credits. And that's surviving the game. So there you go. Which
I hope Mason did the smart thing and stole all that money out that fucking house.
Bruh, I'm pretty sure he did. I would like to assume he did. Hell, I hope he pawned off that truck or fixed it or something and fixed it for himself.
Fixed it.
I mean, look, I'll say this much. So you remember we were talking about Gary Busey's monologue, right? Apparently, that was all Gary Busey. He actually wrote that into the script.
No.
Yep. He wrote that monologue into the script, and initially Rutger Hauer didn't like it because he thought that Gary Busey was trying to upstage him in the scene. And then when Rutger was like, all right, fuck it, I'll let you do the scene, he saw the scene, he's like, oh, okay, that's fine, that works. Then I was like, oh, so they just let Busey just make that monologue scene. All right, cool.
That doesn't surprise you, though.
It doesn't surprise me, but it's just funny that Rutger initially was like, you ain't gonna upstage me, Busey. And I'm like, really? You thought you were gonna upstage you?
Nigga, how dare you?
It's like, you thought the Busey was gonna upstage you. That's interesting.
Yeah, man, bring it to heights. Nigga, you what? Anyway.
It's like, what?
Well, yeah, but then, this movie, we had to do this, man, and very glad we did because it felt like because this one and another one we did on somebody else's show, and I've always wanted us to do it on our very own. And it's so funny when we first started it, I was like, oh, that's just a placeholder. We already did it. Yeah. But we really start getting deep into all the movies that we have reviewed. It gets to you like, why the fuck haven't we did that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just for ourselves, not for someone else's show. So whatever.
Now here's the funny thing. They shot some stuff in Washington and stuff, but not actually in Seattle proper. What they ended up doing was they actually shot some stuff in Canada, certain scenes and stuff that was basically, I think it was Winnetachi, Washington. That's the place. So when they got to the end of the movie, they actually ended up using established shots from Philadelphia for the 3 Days Later segment.
I'm sorry, established shot was Philadelphia?
Yeah, it was Philadelphia, because remember they cut to the scene that said 3 days later, and you're thinking it's Seattle. No, they shot that in Philadelphia. That's why they shot it in the alleyway that clearly didn't even look like Seattle, to be honest. So it's like, oh, that was Philly. Oh, that makes sense. So, yeah. So then while they did have some establishing shots in Seattle at the beginning, it's just by the end, they were just like, nah, we're just going to shoot in Philly and be done with it. So
that's weird. That's just fucking weird. that really is, But anyway, so yeah, this is surviving the game, man. I'm glad we did it, man. Like I said, we also, anytime we get to go back to McGinley in any type of way, man, I'm happy, man, because I think we only got like 2 other movies that John C. McGinley was in that we might review, and one of them we will do this year. By the way, I'm not going to say what it is yet, but yeah. So next week we finally get to do a movie that Eris always wanted to do, and I'm finally glad that he's that we're doing it. It's Liar Liar.
Yay.
And yeah, I know, man, right? It's Liar Liar, and it makes it so great is because if you heard one of the older band podcasts we did, me and Eris, we did the Child's Play series, and he loves Jennifer Tilly. Eris loves Jennifer Tilly, nigga. So we talked about that, and it was so funny. So I know he's going. So not just that, it's just that this is a Jim Carrey movie that you would have done by now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that next week. Also be on the lookout for all the other shit that we do and all the rest of that shit. So we see y'all next week.
Peace.